Well, China's exports have plunged by almost 8% in May. That's the first time for the first time since February, more than analysts there expected. The decline adds growing concerns about the world's second largest economy and the fact that it's failing. The export figures from May indicate there is a longer-term trend here in the downward direction. One expert says this points to a scheduled global demand for Chinese goods. And another analyst points out China would be able to depend on trade to boost its economy for another 6 months for sure. But there are lots of reports out there about the Chinese economy, and it's hard to get the truth. Let's welcome in there a guy who's going to help us do that, author of The Great U.S.-China Tech War, Gordon Chang. Always great to see you, Gordon.
Thank you so much, John.
I mean, you hear reports like this. They're pretty technical about the shipping industry inside China. You also read about reports, Gordon, in rural China about famine in certain areas of the country. What is the reality from what you're hearing from your sources in China about how bad the Chinese economy is doing right now?
It appears the Chinese economy is in fact contracting. And what was really significant was not only the exports, but also imports. Imports in May were down for the 8th straight month. That's 9 out of the last 10 months. Imports are really important, John, because what they show is domestic demand. And clearly what we have is failing domestic demand inside China. There's a lot of anecdotal information that suggests the economy is going through extreme distress right now. And it's not just economic growth that's a problem. It's also plunging property prices and continuing debt defaults. The country is choking on debt.
One more story to talk about, too, with you, Gordon, is more coordination between Russia and China. Their defense ministries talked about joint strategic, their air forces have patrolled the Sea of Japan, the East China Sea, the western part of the Pacific Ocean. And it seems like every week we talk about the closeness, the proximity. These two nations seem to be getting closer and closer together. We also saw that close incursion, perhaps, or close to an incursion with the Chinese vessel and the American ship in the Strait of Taiwan. It just seems like it gets closer and closer to some sort of hot war every week, Gordon.
It does. And we got to remember that these are not accidents. These are planned by China. And it was not just this close encounter of the destroyer on Saturday. It was also the May 26th intercept of the U.S. Air Force RC-135 on May 26th. That date is significant because May 26, a year earlier, China engaged in extremely dangerous maneuvers against an Australian reconnaissance plane, also in international airspace over the South China Sea, and they almost brought down that Australian craft. So we have China trying to send a message by another provocative event on an anniversary.
Well, we keep watching it. Gordon Chang, always great to see you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, John.